I'm going to be starting a series today you can call circumspections, where we start to look back and we look with the mindset of fixing the things that hold us back. You want to put it that way. And my first train of thought in circumspections will be around righteousness exalts a nation. You can call this full body of work circumspections, which are going to be insights over the years, and they're going to be filled with a lot of nuggets to bless the people of God. And I say the reason why people fail in life is because they are not right standing. See, don't get me wrong. Crooked people prosper, but the prosperity of the crooked one is not a sustainable one. That's the law of life and nature. But the Bible further says that ordinary man. A lot of people make the mistake of cutting corners. But for every corner you cut, remember you will always come back to the starting point. The reason for our societal ills as a country is because we had tried to build a country where crookedness exalts a nation. But it doesn't. It is righteousness, right standing, that exalts a nation, not crookedness. And a nation that people think crookedness will exalt will be a nation of damnation. A life that think crookedness will exalt will be a life of damnation in no time. See, you can succeed at the start. It doesn't mean that that success is sustainable. Right standing. What is right standing? Moral rightness. What is moral rightness? Yes, it can be subjected to a lot of empirical inquisitions. Because some people argue that what is moral to me is not moral to you. Yes, and granted in the argument. But the truth is there are basic commonalities of morality, which is right standing, which some people say the barometer is your conscience. But anyway, some people argue further with me that some people's conscience are dead. Yes, but it's still an open wound. So the question is, what is right standing? What is morality? And if you don't have all of this in your life, then you will have problems. You will not be able to achieve what God has said for you in your life. Because when you look at it, it is based on what you do rightly that right things will happen to you. And we need to be careful because a lot of people forget all those things. There are some people, for them, it is wickedness that exalts their own souls. There are some people, their class act is how to destroy another person. They don't do things right. They justify wickedness. But they forget that in the journey of life, questions will be asked. And the things you do will be recorded. So when wicked people reign, wickedness reign over the land. Good things become a rarity. But they forget that it is righteousness that exalts a nation. For the time you see evil and you cannot speak up, the man in you died that period. And you see a lot of people will rather the man in them die than to miss the money they want to collect. I'm sure if you think money is everything, why don't you go and buy life? The best your money will buy for you is a life support machine. But a life support machine can't wake the dead. But a lot of people don't get it. So they think so much that money is everything that they subjugate and destroy others. Some will even kill for money. Somebody was telling me the story of a young man that said all he wanted to do was to make his mother live a better life. But when he got to a place and he said he wanted to make money at all costs, they said the mother was his prize. He said, use her. So the question is, what was the love for your mother about in the first place? The love for money trumped your love for your mother. Some people is to destroy the chances of other people, to kill other people. And they think that when they do so much bad, that charity will cover the bad they have done. If you are a killer, you have a case to answer with God, no matter how many millions you give in charity. Some people, they think it's by destroying their wives. The only offense the woman committed is that she loved you. And the next thing you say you love her back. But the love you have for her can't make you discipline yourself as a man. Not to hurt her and hurt her feelings. I mean, I don't imagine, I can't explain how you love somebody so much and you will do things that will constantly disrespect them, and you say you can't help yourself. But you can wreck yourself, isn't it? Or you claim you love. Some of you give counseling about the role of family. But your children can't see you because you are half the time in the home of your side chick. And you talk about nation building in public. Have you built your nation in your family? Some of you, there are no moral standards or good memories your children can owe you by. And you are the father of many nations out there. Please be warned that the greatest credibility you have is from your family. Even if the world celebrates you and your basic unit God gave you, your family can't celebrate you, then you have failed as a person. Some people forget that a nation is a collection of many families. So how well have we worked on our family structure? It is righteousness that exalts a nation. Some people say this word every day, but the question is, are they circumspect about it? Some people blame government for everything, but they in their rooms are worse than government. And I keep making the argument, it takes two to tango. But you are the one that collects a contract and you don't execute, but you go to church to give a testimony for breakthrough. And people die on that expressway because you didn't do it. And you bring cameras to commission a project that you didn't complete. We all know you. Who are you deceiving? But you raise up holy hands in church, which is all right. But can your conscience really tell you that it's righteousness that exalts a nation? Some people with just 25,000 naira, they will see black, they will call it pure white or snow white. And when your conscience pricks you, you say, oh, man must eat, man must work. There are sometimes hunger is dignity when you need to speak the truth. It is easy for a lot of us to say that righteousness exalts a nation. But are we living that life? Have we raised up people? Do we believe that it is best to lift than to destroy? I know we live in a society where it's so difficult to say the way it is. But what are the options we have? We live in a society where I get abused a lot for saying it the way it is. But what are the options we have? We're going to tell lies because you don't want to offend people? If people don't want to be offended, why can't they do it right? It is only righteousness that can exalt a nation. And this word, so simple in my circumspection. But the truth is, a lot of people find it difficult to understand. They think it is wickedness that exalts a nation. They think it is being a crook that exalts a nation. They think your respect is earned by the number of firearms you procure and the violence you can make. In fact, they say being a man of peace is too weak. But their emotions are in pieces every day because they forget that it is righteousness that exalts a nation. But you see, the sad thing they don't understand is that for every injustice you allow to fester, you keep murdering sleep. Life is not just about us. It's about the kindness we can show to others and the memories of good tidings we can give to others. But when you think it has to be your way all the time, and you'll do anything to get it, then think twice. The day you got married as a man, remember, it is you and your family now. But the funny thing about people that think it's their own way is that when they are paid with their own medicine, they scream. It is easy for a man to cheat, and he says it's a cultural thing. But the day his wife goes out, which is not a justification for the man cheating, they say it's taboo. So why can't we put respect the pact we signed under God? There are some people, you own a workplace. You preach one Nigeria, but you are the bastion of tribalism. Righteousness exalts a nation. You have seen people that truly were competent. For you, you might even own an establishment, or you might want to help people. But for you, if they don't look like you, speak your language, then you can't give them a deal. It is righteousness that exalts a nation. Sin is a reproach. Wickedness is sin. Hatred is sin. Unforgiveness, sin. When people have a mindset made up, it's sin. Because you can't be forgiven. When people have a mindset made up for total destruction, it's sin. When they don't think it's right to lift others that are down up, it's sin. And when society starts to work in things like this, then it's easy to see corruption. It will always happen. That's why you see somebody that is supposed to use money to build a road that everybody will use is more concerned about stealing the rest and putting it in his pocket, and now he can buy SUVs for himself. And he forgets that everybody that doesn't have money to afford an SUV that dies on that road when the money has been issued, you will be asked for them. That's why you see people say, oh, what can I do? What is in it for me? What's the deal for me? At the expense of others that truly need it. That's why you see some bosses, they have their own children. They have their own daughters in the house. But someone else's daughter is the easiest for them to ruin their lives. You know yourself, you took that person's daughter, destroyed her life, promised her heaven and earth. Now she's 45, she can't get married. Because she's the talk of town. Everybody knows she was your girlfriend and you're 75. And you wouldn't marry her because you are saying, no, I'm committed to my wife. You know, you eat your cake and you have it because you think you have money. You would even boldly say that there's nothing money cannot do. Yes. There's nothing money cannot do to people that are as wretched as you that think money is everything. But top day you will sit with your maker and your conscience. But you are the one they will call for a gathering. And you will say righteousness exalts a nation. Don't get me wrong, you're building universities, you're building schools, you're building everything. You're reputed in society. Good for you. Congrats to you. But maybe you should search yourself. Can we be entirely saintly? No. But there are still many things we can all work on. Even I need to retool and work up myself. And that's why I always say, woe betide me if I say I'm perfect. But can we use words like this as words of introspection? As I start the circumspection series? Because it's easy for us to say these things. But the question is, are we really ready to do? You know yourself. You know you destroyed that young girl's life. You know. You know now. You know how many children you told her to abort for you. And anytime she's calling in her husband's house that she doesn't have child, you say God will give her a child. But you know how many she aborted for you. You know. You know how many times you said, my wife must not hear about this. You know. You know why you even married your wife in the first place? Probably because she was from a big family and you are a social climber. The things people do. You know now. You know the things you did. Yes, your secret is very safe because nobody on earth knows. You smile to yourself. You're covered. But the question is, you know what you did is open to God. Can you seek repentance and make amends? You know how you stole from wherever you were given the authority to do something good. You know what you took. You know now. You know how you felt you were the smartest person and nobody saw you. Indeed, nobody saw you. But you know you could still have used that to improve people's life a whole lot more. You know nobody could counter you. In fact, you joke to yourself in private that you have become Kabiyesi. Nobody can ask you. Oh, I've done it and I've done it. Yeah, so nobody may be able to ask you. But you know there is God. You know, there used to be a song back in the days that said, that bad thing where you they do, where you think say na security, yo. Listen, make I tell you now, somebody is watching you because Baba God do not de sleep, oh. Baba God do not de sulamba, oh. That bad thing where you they do, where you think say na security, yo. Listen, make I tell you now, somebody is watching you because Baba God do not de sleep, oh. Baba God do not de sulamba, oh. Maybe that song is for somebody listening to me now. And the good thing about all of this you have done is that you can repent. That God is not a wicked God. He listens to you. He wants you to do well. And once you come to Him in a place of repentance, genuinely, He would listen. It's not a God that said, no, you are doomed for life. No, He doesn't want anybody to be doomed for life. He's an all-loving God, an all-seeing God. He wants you to come to His fold and tell Him the way it is. And He also wants you to make amends. He wants you to look deep and introspect, but make amends. Because if He knows that you make amends, your life will be a whole lot better. A lot of you, you know what you're carrying in your conscience. That's why deep inside of you, when doctor is writing the new prescription of Valium 5, or Valium, I should not be mentioning drugs, but you know those things will not make you do what they want them to do to you. A lot of you, you know the reason for your blood pressure. It's because you cut off the blood supply of another man. You killed them. And that is in your conscience. You mask it every time. You know. You know. There are some things you know now. Madam, you know that child you keep saying is your sister's child that comes to spend holiday in your house. You know that was your child. Or you know because you can't tell your husband. You know. You know now. Rufai, do you want my house to scatter? I don't know. I don't want your house to scatter. But you know. Should I tell him? Would you be happy if he keeps a secret away from you and he doesn't tell you? Would you? Put yourself in his shoes now. Would you be happy if he has the same child outside and he arranged it? Oh, it's my sister, and he doesn't tell you? Would you? Like they say, I'm in Nigeria. If you ask me a question, I fire you back a question. I just asked you. Yes, we lift up holy hands. The righteousness of the man is like a filthy rag unto God. I know. But also the Bible says we can be redeemed every day. That as we behold the word of God in the mirror, we are transformed. There's a purging that happens inside of us. Do we know it all? No. I'll be lying. If I tell you I'm perfect, I'll be lying now. Because this message is every day, every Sunday. You think it's about, no, it's not about me. Agmovare Moses, how do one fight for the right things to be done when your peers want the old order, which means you have to quit? Agmovare, I keep telling people, one of my favorite poets is an Irish poet called Brendan Kennelly. Brendan Kennelly said in one of his poetry, he says, if you want to serve your age, you must learn to betray it. What it means is, there's some things you have to walk away from. The question is, does it morally stand with you? That's the question you ask yourself. You know these things. And when you introspect deeply, you know what happens. You know. You know these capacities deep inside of you. But I'm also telling you that God can redeem you. You know how you want to pull people down and destroy them because they don't agree with you. Question is, you can't pull people down. Don't deceive yourself. It is only God that makes a man. Remember KSA's song? Somebody put it there, real calm. Ask yourself. You know? We all know. For it is righteousness. But you see, once you confess to God, and sometimes you have to confess to man, watch God do the best in you. Watch God do the best in you, because he'll be the one to purge you. Sometimes you need to be purged of heartaches. And trust me, we all have them. I can tell you for free, we all have them. I've been dealing with a lot of grief, so I can tell you. We all have them. Heartaches. Things that people will never understand. There are plenty. And that's why I pray that may God also give you understanding as you purge yourself. You see, the things you think matters the most about life are the things will not matter again very soon. I know you have something heavy on your mind. I have a phone line for you, 0700 903 903 903. It's heavy on your mind. Call me. 0700 903 903 903. I tell people I'm here to impact. This is my most important assignment. Also, can impact the people of God. Yes, I do other things around nation building, interview, interrogate politicians, and all of that. But this is my greatest assignment, impacting people of God. People must have been seeing me on the politics scene and asking questions 3-4 years ago. I've been doing this for over 10 to 15 years. I mean, if you listen to me on Lagos, you'll have been listening to me for close to 10 years already in Lagos. And this has always been the message. Sunday mornings like this, across the 3rd different station now. Because this is impartation. Because you see, if you don't purge yourself, you can't live a good life. A lot of you are carrying burdens. If the heart was a show glass, Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ, a lot of pioko pick pioko or moko moko in your heart. You know it. Some people's heart will be like poto poto, poto poto. Hello, my friend Ambassador Musbao. Hello. Hello, Ambassador Musbao.
I'm Chassis here. Hello.
Great to have you.
How you doing, my brother?
Bless you. Ambassador
Yeah,
Musbao,
I'm
you know we're
good.
already hyping your book launch and program coming up. God bless you for that. And God will keep you as you do your book launch to celebrate your over 30
I've
years in activism
started 2 years
and
of
societal
activism.
change. So this is just to tell you that this is a response to your partnership. We keep talking about it, give you publicity here every Sunday. That's our
Wow.
contribution to you from Voice of
Yeah,
the People. Eh?
great voice of the people. I can't
Thank,
get them.
thank you so much. Thank you.
I'm asking to Almighty God to give me everything I need to make that day a
Amen.
day
Where is the
to
venue again? Where is
remember.
the venue again? So that
The
everybody.
venue is the venue is my problem right now. I'm working hard
Okay.
to secure the venue.
Ambassador Musba, give out your number on air as a support from us at VOP so that people can partner with you on the venue. Call out your number on air first.
Please, my number upline is 082
Yes.
35
Mm-hmm.
72
Mm-hmm.
8196.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
35
Yeah.
72 8196. Please,
Th-
I'm begging. I need
please,
your support.
please support Ambassador Musba.
I
Rufa
need
is
your
begging
support.
now. Please, he's a great
I'm
man.
secure venue. Venue is really problem for me right now. Run morning and night to secure a venue.
Please,
What they're
please.
giving me, I run away. I'm
I
not
know
making money.
the cost, I know. But please
Yes, yes,
support
yes.
Ambassador Musba for us. Ambassador
Yeah.
Musba, you heard the
Thank
preaching
you
this
very much.
morning.
God bless you.
Yeah.
Now, my take this morning is, look, I believe all human beings with flesh and blood that listening to you this morning was taking something out of it.
Mm.
No matter how stone his heart is. Because my grandma used to tell me, gbogbo ọ̀tá fàsókè yìí ló borí. Tọ́ba yìí ò rí ẹ, ọ̀run wò ẹ.
Benny,
What did I do
God
in the
is seeing
dark?
you. The God of heaven is seeing you.
He's seeing you. Even nobody is seeing you. Even though you are alone, you are not alone. God is watching. What is my profit? What is all profit for you to smile to bank when someone is crying? You smile to bank and you're feeling human being crying. God is love. If I love you, I will never think bad of you. I will never hurt you. Let us share love. Let this love be real. And moreover, I think I want to thank the NDLA boss now. Because many people under drugs do a lot of things. If they have this in their system, they can do anything. Blood is nothing for them. So I just pray to God to touch their hearts, to tell them stay away from this. It's never too late. Because hands up now, I'm not doing bad again. I'm not engaging in a negative activity from this moment. We are great. Please let us love one another.
Thank
but
you
we
so
shall
much.
love.
Thank you
Without
so much.
us, any one of us. God bless my brother.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And please stay off drugs. Also get counseling. Maybe I'll also bring somebody here. We did some work many years ago. Pastor KG Hamilton. If you remember the guy that fella was calling the song Kirike, 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 KG, KG. We did a lot of work as regards rehabilitating people taking drugs. He was rehabilitating himself. Maybe I'll get Pastor KG again. And I'm also planning a lot of things, around immortalizing my father. I've been trying to put some ideas together called the Oseni Center. It's going to be a learning hub. And as long as God leads me, I get the wherewithal to do it, where people can come, debate ideas, have a place for teacher training, and put a library in there, put internet, just allow people come learn. Yeah, the learning center, the Oseni Center, is something I'm planning for him and my mother of blessed memories. I'm a full-on orphan now. 0700 903 903 903. Good morning. Should a man be completely loyal to people around him knowing that some have bad intentions? No. Be loyal to your convictions. That's what you should be loyal to, not everybody. Hello?
Hello, good morning.
God bless you.
Yeah, well, thank you, sir, for your message this morning.
Thank you so much. What's your name, sir?
My name is Kunle. I'm calling from Ikeja.
Great to have you, Kume.
Yeah, one of your message touches me this morning. So I
Mm.
have a personal problem that I currently face, which is I mean, I lack being satisfied with something like contentment. So, for example, just look at a case of a man that is happily married, but still derive joy with other women, But at the end of the day, when the deed is done, there will not be some form of guilt, element of regret. But still, I will end up going back to the same thing. How do you think I can fight this kind of spirit?
I think the first thing you should tell the spirit when it comes to you is that how would that spirit make you feel if your wife is doing the same to you? Yes. Just let that spirit be asking you that. When the spirit say go and cheat on your wife, ask that spirit that how will I feel if my wife is cheating on me? Yes.
Wow, it is well. Thank you so much, sir.
God bless you, sir. It is well. 0700 903 903 903. Another thing I understand in this part of the world that people think you're weak when you have a good heart. I get that a lot of times, but please don't be weary in well doing. Don't be weary in well doing. You're not doing it for them, you're doing it for yourself and for God. Hello, how are you? Hello? Oh, we lost that. 0700 903 903 903. Hello, how are you?
Good morning, sir.
Morning, sir. Bless you.
I had someone gave
Yeah.
it was very exciting.
Yeah, your phone line is not clear. I can't hear your name properly and what you're saying, please. Yeah, I said it. Phone line's gone. 0700 903 903 903. 0700 903. The message is on my Twitter page at Rufy the Fire. I've put it on the podcast at Rufy Speaks. Hello, how are you?
Good morning.
Morning, God bless you.
My name is Tony.
Tony, great to have you. Yeah, from Ishasha. Bless you.
This message was directly to me, and I'm also glad about it because even we are two here listening to you, it has made the other person to understand that there are some certain things that you need to do. You are doing, you thought you are doing the right thing, but in the case of God, it's totally wrong. So even by cheating or in other way, I don't see reason why a man will stand cheating his wife or doing a kind of thing I know in the presence of God is not right. So I am totally happy and thank you so much for bringing this message this morning. May God Almighty keep on blessing you and guiding morally. Thank you.
Amen. Bless you. Bless you so much. Bless you so much. Thank you so much. The reason why most people do things sometimes is because they feel that there are no repercussions or they can get away with the repercussions. And that's why I did ask, for every man out there that feels, okay, I can cheat, how would you feel if somebody does it to you? Simple. Hello, how are you? Hello? 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 Oh, the phone lines. 0700 903 903 903. I got a lot of people joining us live on our page. YouTube Live, we're streaming live for the world. Millie John, Gentle Flux, Yali Yali, Watayo Ajayi, Wabo Felix. A couple of people joining us live from every part of the world. Thank you so much this Sunday morning. And it has to be said, introspection. What are you looking inside and seeing in yourself? What are you doing? Hello, how are you? Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Great to have you.
Morning, sir.
Morning. God bless you. What's your name?
My name is Iningede from Igesha.
From Ijesha. Great to have. Talk to me.
Hello?
I can hear you. Talk to me. Hello? Oh, I think it's the phone line. What's happening? Hello, how are you? Hello? 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 Oh. 0700 okay, Abraham Francis from Newburgh, El Arab, Alexandria in Egypt. I see you this morning. Thank you so much for joining us. The phone lines, you can call us up 0700 That number is also on WhatsApp. So if you want to do us a WhatsApp call for our friends in diaspora and every part of the world, please call us up, hit us up. 0700 903. Hello, how are you? Hello. Great to
Good
have
morning.
you. Morning.
This is good you speaking from Isolo.
Great to have you from Isolo. Bless you. How are you, sir?
Bless them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Please, sir, there is one spirit that we are dealing we have been praying over and it, but it goes and comes back to it, which is spirit of masturbation and fornication. How do we stop this?
So you need to get counseling for masturbation. And I have to talk about this because you see, I'm beginning to see a new school of thought around masturbation that a lot of people are saying, oh, it's okay to masturbate. It's not okay. It does something that psychologically affects you. And it's incumbent on your level of control. So please, you need to get counseling. And you need to move to a place that can counsel you. And the very first thing you should try to stay away from is pornography. How often do you watch porn?
Like, I really want to stay out of it.
No, how often do you watch porn?
How often I pray or...
How often do you watch pornography? Because it sets it up for you in your mind. How often do you watch it?
No, I don't watch it. I don't watch it.
Okay, you don't watch it. Because a lot of people I've seen that masturbate, they have pornography in the background to help them, start up the action. So you need to get all of that away. Also, you need to feed your mind with good things. All right? You need to get your mind busy for positive things. And it's a regular refrain. All right?
Yeah.
And please don't get me wrong. When you finally have your partner, sex is to be enjoyed with your partner, but you can also control your mind at this point in time.
Okay.
Thank you. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Zero 0700 903 903 903. 0700 903 903 903. There are a lot of things people have in their minds. Hello?
Hello?
Please, if you turn down the volume of the radio set, the phone line wouldn't go off. But if you don't turn it off, it just goes off because something hits it out. And it's because of the signaling on the network. So 0700 903 903 903. You can also do a WhatsApp call on that number. Then if you call us up, just turn off the volume. Hello, how are you?
Good morning, sir.
Great to have you. Morning, how are you?
Yes, sir. I'm listening to your radio.
Yes, sir.
I'm enjoying your service. Yes, sir.
Thank you so much. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm Samuel.
Okay.
Calling from Agodo.
Okay. Great to have you.
Yes, sir. So as I'm hearing what you're saying, I just came back from work anyway. I like smoking, and that spirit just came into me that I should stop it. And immediately, something just pushed me immediately that I should go and buy. After buying, I said, look, I just listened to something now that I said I should not take it. So I want to know what I can do just for me to stop.
If possible, don't buy it. But trust me, you also need to, gradually go off it because you're going to have withdrawal symptoms at some point. All right? But most importantly, I'd like you to know that it is bad for your health. It will affect your lungs over time and all of that. So if you can fight that spirit that says go get it, Yeah, if you can fight that spirit that says go get it, then please, uh, don't go by it again. Don't go by it again. Just stay away from it. Refrain from it. Refrain from it. Please, I beg you. You can do it. It is possible. Just refrain from it. Please, huh? Hmm? It is well. It is well. And get counseling as much as you can. The impact of counseling is unprecedented. It's so much. Get counseling as much as you can. Hmm?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. I've got my guest here, my special guest in the studio, but I'll still take some call and impact. Hello, how are you? Great to have
fine.
you.
Sorry. Yeah, fine. It's Kunle. I'm calling back, please.
Yeah,
I just want to add one point. I think this spirit of fornication, we're actually many on this table. In fact, when I look at my cycle, majority of us, or the men that I know, they are into this act. So, but many people, they love pretending, not wanting to disclose. But I'm proud that some people are coming online now to disclose this.
I'm
I don't
happy.
know, is it possible for you to organize a session just probably a weekend to
I
talk
think
to us
maybe
about
probably we'll have a session, on men dealing with fornication. Maybe before I'll talk to my guys here and we'll see if we can organize it. Maybe we'll do it here at the Golden Tulip. We'll just have a men's day, where we talk about the issues, because you see, we're losing our society because we are not having people that can stand at the gap in terms of morality and leadership. So, and that is affecting our society. And you see, I tell people, all the work I do on nation building, asking politicians questions, it will not amount to anything if the family front is not good.
Definitely.
And you see, how can you have a faithful politician when you have a lot of men fornicating? Yeah. Because, when men are fornicating, it shows a value system. So those are the things we should look at. I'm not pertinent in it, but I'll fix it one day. We'll have other men too to come talk and just talk to men. And also probably we'll have something too for women, just reaching out, just impacting people, because that's my greatest life goal. I tell people to impact generations. But it is true. A lot of men, and you see, society doesn't help it. In fact, we've had society where people just say it's okay, it's not a big deal now. But I keep asking them in society, African society is okay when a man, but once your wife does it, she's a killer, right? It's taboo, right?
Definitely.
And that's why the last person I called, I said, if he says, the spirit enters him, I said, I should tell the spirit that how would the spirit too feel if his wife goes out and come back to the house and say, honey, I just went through another guy 7 rounds. The guy gave it to me the way you can't give it to me. No man will be happy hearing that.
You are correct.
Ori atonole be no 9/11 ni. Be no trailer 11. Remember 9/11 back in the days?
Yes.
Yes, now.
Please, we need your help sincerely. We need to get out of this spirit, but we don't really know how to do it. That's the problem.
I'll get counselors in place, because you also need counseling, because you also need, push, mentally. Then there's also going to be a lot of talk about it, and, with prayers and everything, and just most importantly, discipline. You can do anything in this world, really. It's just the discipline. It's just the discipline. It is well. I'll take this last call, and I'll start talking to my brother here in the studio, presidential candidate of the AAC, Mr. Omoyele Sowore, is right here in the studio with me. He's live in the studio. I made that promise. If you remember the last interview, and he's here. We're so happy to have Mr. Sowore right here. Hello, how are you?
Hello, good morning.
Pleasure to have you. God bless you.
I'm calling from Port Harcourt.
Great to have you from Port Harcourt. How are you? What's your name?
Following you from YouTube Live.
Thank you so much. Watching us from YouTube Live. Bless you.
I would like my name to be anonymous for now, because there's something I don't need to fall out.
Okay.
It's about addiction to sports betting.
Sport betting, that's another big addiction.
Yeah, because people might see, I'm working and maybe I have money, but within me, I know I don't have, because that addiction always comes whenever the money comes. Like, you go to these virtual bets, even on your phone, the bet, and every day I would say I've stopped. And it just continues like that.
So 2 things they do in other parts of the world. I think they put a cap on the amount you can bet. But secondly also, let me tell you something about betting you need to understand today. And it's a ground rule. The house always wins. You will never be richer than the betting company. So no matter the instant gratification of money it gives you, trust me, somebody is having a cool day just by your own activity. And if you understand that, the better it becomes for you. Please. Somebody is having a cool day over your own. Even if you come out and say, okay, you win XYZ amount, somebody is having a field day. For every 10 million the star prize wins, somebody has won times 100 of that, but not even moving a muscle. So, but I think there's also cap. People put a cap on the amount, and also try to religiously caution yourself. And please, one idea I told somebody, it might work for you, it might not work for you, is buy a little colo. You know what they call colo? A little piggyback. Any amount you want to put into that activity, put it in there and see how much it will give you at the end of the month or the year.
Okay.
Let's
Thank
see
you
how
very
that
much.
works. Thanks a lot. Really appreciate
All
you.
right.
Thanks a lot. Really appreciate you. I've got Mr. Sowore here in the building. It's a pleasure to have you. Finally. Good to see you. Please come help Mr. Sowore arrange his microphone. Full entourage. We've got the people in here. A lot of people. Great to have you. And this morning, we're going to be talking about a lot of things. The presidential candidate of the AAC, Mr. Sowore, is here with us. Great to have you. How's it going? No, please put the microphone in such a way that we can hear his. We're not hearing his. No, the speaker is actually here. No, look at it here. Okay, is that it? Good.
Yes.
Oh, good. So we got it now. Great to have you, Mr. Sowore.
Thank you very
Please,
much.
so we're send questions in from the diaspora. I've got one full hour and some charm hours on top of this interview with Mr. Sowore. It's going to be explosive. There are a lot of things we need to talk face to face.
Yes.
And I've been curating a lot of questions. Like the first question somebody sent to me before now, I created a couple of questions, is that the reason why you're attacking Peter Obi is because he has taken the youth board you normally used to have in every campaign. Is that true?
Not at all.
Tell me why. What's happening?
I have been around for a long time. As of 1992, I was a student union president that had 27,000 students on campus at the University of Lagos. We would come out of Lagos, Ibadan, several parts of the country with huge crowds of young people. And in those days, it was dangerous to even be an activist or be involved in street protests. So having done that for 32 years, how on earth would I be worried about anyone who, when I was 22 years old, was nowhere to be found? And this doesn't apply to Peter Obi. It applies to many of the politicians we're talking about today who are hiding under their bed.
So you're saying all the other politicians are hiding under their bed, that they were nowhere to be
when I
found.
was in my 20s, they were hiding under their bed. No one of them.
All of them running now.
Yes, except all of them run. There's
Well,
no
Alhaji Atiku
politician
Abubakar
today.
ran in 1993 now.
Huh?
Alhaji Atiku Abubakar ran in the
1992.
1993.
Where was he in 1992 when they annulled the election? He ran away.
Everybody ran away.
All of them.
But Asiwaju played a major role in.
He did not participate in street protests. I'm talking about street protests now.
But Asiwaju was harassed and arrested, and they call him the bastion of democracy.
Look, everybody like to call themselves whatever name they wanted. I'm not saying he didn't participate. They participated at the level of Nadeco. They were more of the, administrative office-based, house-based protest leaders, and they had their own. But I'm talking about direct action in Nigeria, in which we were in front of armor tanks on the Ikorodu Road, and the army would be shelling us and killing people beside us. They weren't there. They weren't there.
So you're saying you have more street cred than all the other presidential candidates running? Is that what you're saying?
I saw, when was it? I saw a few months ago, I was still doing protests in Abuja. You know, I was part of it. I started NSAS in Abuja. How could I be jealous of anybody? You know, I know it's political season, like I keep saying. People will say all kinds of things, you know. But different people come from different places. My own history is documented. 32 years. There is nobody who attended the University of Lagos between 1989 and 1995 that didn't know who I was. There is no newspaper reporter in Nigeria that didn't know Sowore in the 90s. Even when I left in 1999 to go to the US and I popped up through Sahara Reporters, everybody knew it because I practically disrupted the media space in this country using Sahara Reporters.
Another thing they keep saying,
Yes.
because these are the things they created about you. And
Yes.
my interview style is the things they created about, I put it to you, that why is it that you're saying all of this now? That you were once working for these people in opposition. Hang on a minute.
Yes.
That they used to give you facts. That's why Sahara Reporters had all those exclusives they'll normally give out then. And you had all of it. That you were part of all these people. You were part of the establishment in some sort. You work for them. Then why are you now going against it? Is it that things are not going well amongst you guys? Those are some of the concerns people push.
No, it's not true. I've
Okay.
never worked for
That's why I
any-
say you are debunking all the lies
Of
today.
course.
Yeah.
I've never worked for any establishment. Never.
Who used to send you all those juicy stories you reported on Sahara?
You see, the way Sahara Reporter was set up was that it was for anonymous tips. That's how it started. People just put in information. They send them by emails. I've had emails sent to me before. I said thank you, and the email had been deleted. Just, it's at that purpose. And there are several other ways through which we collected information that I won't share with you because Sahara is still around and we still need to keep those pipelines active.
But a lot of people said those pipelines were these same politicians that were pushing in opposition then against the government of the PDP.
No, it's not.
That's what they said.
Look, so many of the people that bring information, I don't know them. I don't care about them. I don't want to know who they are. The information is what is important. What you're trying to paint is that maybe I have like a relationship with certain set of
No, that's what
politicians.
people are saying. Yeah.
Yes, I mean, so that's what I'm clearing. No, the goal was to expose corruption. It was to make sure that we got exclusive that nobody had, and we set Sarah up to get that exclusive. To the point that for a long time, nobody even knew I was the one behind Sahara Reporters. Even when they knew I was the one, they didn't know who else was in Sahara. That was why Daily Beast, a very influential US-based newspaper, once described Sahara Reporters as the WikiLeaks of Africa because of some of the stories we broke in those days. And some of them were beneficial to all the politicians. For instance, when Yar'Adua was sick, nobody knew his health status except Sahara Reporters. In fact, Sahara Reporters was able to prepare the people who were to take over for it by saying, look, this man is brain dead. And that was what happened. Yar'Adua had died 5 months, brain dead 5 months before he was brought to Nigeria. But even the vice president then, Jonathan, did not know. I will reveal to you today that some people duped him.
Who duped him?
They duped him. They went and collected money from him that they would get Yar'Adua's picture in the hospital. And they went and did a Photoshop and gave to him, and I heard he paid $500,000 for it.
But what of that interview with the BBC? Because I remember that famous
That was
interview
a
I
scam.
heard.
That was a scam.
So the BBC lied? Is that what you're saying?
The lady who did the interview was eventually fired, Tangaza.
And Yar'Adua's voice. So how did that voice come about?
They did everything during Yar'Adua's time to manipulate, to keep the impression that Yar'Adua was alive and recovering, so that Jonathan will not take over. You remember, just last month, the former military chief of staff at that time,
Dambazal,
confessed that there was a plan to have a coup. Sahara Reporters, they wanted a coup. It was Sahara Reporters that foiled that coup by revealing that they were planning the coup. It's public information.
So this morning now you're here to discredit that interview because a lot of people felt that interview, rested people's thoughts when the BBC
I have
released
a feeling that
audio
I have a
footage.
feeling that BBC has deleted the interview from its website.
That audio footage, right? That
Yes,
audio.
yes.
That audio.
It was a scam. The lady who did it, Tangaza, I think she was arrested for corruption after that. She got a job with the federal, the FCT. She was a BBC person who arranged it. All of it was a scam. There was a lot of scams at that time. And that's why we're different. That's why I'm different. everybody was cashing out during the Yar'Adua saga. The House of
Apart from you?
Of course, because
But you were on top of the big stories. Why were you not cashing out?
I wasn't. I'm not about cashing out. I'm about integrity. I'm about saving the country. I wanted the country to be aware that Yar'Adua is not coming back, and the proper transition should happen. And I single-handedly followed every lead I could find, every information regarding his health records. They would have killed me if they could find me during that time, the Yar'Adua cabal. And the other people, the Jonathan people, had no clue what was going on with Yar'Adua. No clue. They were just tossing them around in Abuja, small boys, And they were running. You were talking about BBC. Did you not hear that during Yar'Adua's time, they took a budget to Saudi Arabia and signed it? That they claimed that Yar'Adua signed the budget and brought it back and implemented it in this country. Nigeria is a crime scene, my brother. Crime scene. And all of them got away with it. And of course, several other criminal elements have gotten away with even more heinous crimes against the people of Nigeria. But that's just one example to show to you what integrity can do in the media to the country.
Okay.
Yes.
Somebody, Divine Praise, sent a message. It said he's an unstable wind. That's what they're saying about you. Some people will say, okay, refer to the last time you ran for president.
Yes.
They're like, all of this buzz you normally push, why is it that people didn't fall in line? They said you didn't even get your 100,000 votes in the last election. Now, what happened?
There was no election in 2019.
No, but there were elections.
I'm saying it to you. I ran an election. That was a scam. It was a selection.
No, but there were elections.
It was a selection. They just allocated votes to people. That's what they did.
No, but people voted.
Who voted? People voted, but the vote didn't count. That's the problem. They just allocated, they did what they usually do. And the
even the Supreme Court ratified it.
Supreme Court. Is it the first time the Supreme Court will rectify fraud in Nigeria? Was Yar'Adua came after he won election, that he knew that his election was a scam after the Supreme Court had ratified it? Is it not the Supreme Court that made somebody who was a fourth in Imo governor today? Which Supreme Court are you talking about? So
you said there was no election. That's why you came distant. I don't know the position now, but you didn't get up to 100,000 votes?
There was no election. It was a selection. I'm serious. I swore to an affidavit when I was detained that there was no election. They haven't debunked it.
So a lot of people will now say back and forth that the same crop of youth you used to get, why is it that then you couldn't translate them to votes? And now people are saying it is, it is very unbelievable, let me use the word, that there's a lot of momentum among young people, but they are seeing this year just like going to be the last time for you. That the momentum is not being carried over and it's not translated to votes because you don't have a structure.
I'll say two things to you.
Okay.
Take you back to about 1996 or 97 in Nigeria. Most young people now were not born at that time, or those who were not born were not politically conscious. There was an impression created that all the young people in Nigeria wanted Abacha to continue in power. They went to Abuja and had
a
massive
rally,
massive concert. 5 million man march. Every musician in this country was in on
there.
it.
Every radio station was in on it.
Shino Peters did not recover from it. Every influencer was, everybody was on it. You know what we did? Young people of our time, we went to Yaba and declared our own 5 million man march. As soon as we arrived there, they opened fire on us. But that 5 million man march that we did in Yaba was what saved Nigeria, not their 5 million man march. So you can create an impression. You can contrive support. You can actually bamboozle and brainwash people to say, look, this is where you should be now. But what I'm saying is that we're not there yet to be making declaration that youths are in support of anyone other than the direction they should go. So that's the first one I want to say to you. The second aspect of it is that you see there are youths and there are critical masses of youth as well. And one of the reasons why you should be able to discern the difference is the death of the Queen in the last few days, and how some young people you think were conscious were celebrating the death of the Queen, mourning her. And some other more conscious youths are saying, look, this is the time to start debating colonialism and the theft of African diamonds, slavery, and what her ancestors did. And if we should even continue as members of the Commonwealth if we are the only people who are common in the Commonwealth. It is that moment that we are reaching now. It's not going to happen overnight. I have always been with the young people, but I'm no longer a youth.
Yeah, you're
I'm 51 years old, but I'm youthful. So it is for me to keep doing what I know is right. And I know that the conscious youth will find their way, they'll find their level at the end of the day. I'm not worried about what you're saying now because we've always seen so many of it. It's those who are seeing it for the first time that will be bothered. Those of us who have seen several of these things. In the university, it was the coolest thing to be a cultist when I was there. I refused. I said, my own youthfulness is not to attack or kill other young people because of girls. But it was the coolest thing at the University of Lagos, to belong in those groups. But at the point, it wasn't. It was what we did that eventually became the coolest thing to do. Fighting for democracy, fighting for students. And that is why young people must listen to all these ideas. Not be carried away by fluff. We are going to see so many of this. You are going to see young people who say to themselves, I am this. I used to say 4 years ago, it used to be Malians, you don't wear trousers or you don't wear belts, And then came NSAS and everybody's like, oh my God, this is not a revolutionary movement. And they start talking about that. Because young people are impressionable, you must understand. But those who are conscious cannot just fall by, fluff.
Yeah.
No, so I'm pretty confident that the youth you are talking about will find their level. They're like water. They'll find that right level, and that will make it happen at the end. Because nobody thought youth in Nigeria will have NSAS.
Okay.
Yes.
A lot of people keep talking about the structure.
Yes.
AAC, across 36 states, what's the push like? What do you have on ground? You keep saying you don't have money, that because you're not here to run a money-based campaign, but people argue that you need money. Elections are difficult, they're expensive.
I want to say to you that in 2019, we were the ones saying that structures that are in existence are not real structures. Some of the people who are now agreeing with us used to mock us in those days that, oh, you don't have structures. Because we said the structures of the major legacy political parties, they are transactional structures. They are for purposes of, I rub my back, I rub your back, you rub my back. Those people don't, because they don't have any ideological base. And now, we said to people in 2019, it's the people that are the structure. And that's where we are now. Some of the most exciting political groups now have said the same thing, that they don't need those kind of old structures, that the structures they need are the people. And that the people, when they need to move, we move in the direction of structures that can deliver them from misery. That's where we are now. They've come to that point. They've come to agree with us. With regards to money, yes, money is needed, but we need people more than we need money. Because you can spend all the money in this world to bribe people, and if they don't believe in you, they will leave your money behind and go for what is most intrinsic in their life, values.
Do you
But to say that we don't need...
Do you think the Nigerian voter is there yet, where he listens to your manifesto and listens to your values, and he votes based on that rather than 10,000 naira?
Why are you on radio?
I'm on radio to change that, but do you honestly... No, sure. There's a difference between ideology and realism.
Yes.
Reality now on ground. Do you think the average voter is there now?
I want to answer by saying we're getting there.
But we're not there.
And the reason we're getting there is because we have not given up. Yes. Nobody would have been talking about a different political reality in 2020 22, 23, had there not been NSAS. I'm telling you, especially for young people. It was like, that's the point at which they tasted blood. And they don't want to go back. But would there have been NSAS if people like you and I have not been talking, moralizing on radio, on the internet? If there was no revolution now, for instance, in 2019 after the election, in which the structures you are talking
Why
about...
did you want to do that?
Yes. So I want to get there. The structures that fought for revolution now happen in over 26 states. I'm telling you, the structures that can confront armored tank, police, go to jail, they are better structures. They are more solid structures than structures that collect 5,000 during elections. And we have them. Our party have them all over this country. Because revolution now was actually the idea of the AAC. It was AAC's idea. But the moment they saw that AAC made a proposal for revolution now, they went and hijacked the party from me and got me arrested and detained before I could come out of detention. They had claimed that the AAC is now in the hands of a number of reactionaries, which was ended when we won in the Court of Appeal.
Okay.
So these structures, young people that fought during revolution now, are you dispelling them as no structure? Of course, they're real structures. The structures that took the risk to dismantle the most notorious police rogue unit in Nigeria through NSAS. They are real political structures because they are everywhere and determined, and they have conviction. The structures that rig elections, that snatch ballot boxes, that allocate votes to people who don't win elections are not structures, even when they go as far as the highest level of the judiciary. So that's the point I'm making. And I'm convincing you, and I'm sure a lot of people listen to you, that those structures which particularly and very soon trump the old, antiquated, analog, wicked, miserable structures that have enslaved our people for the last 62 years.
Let's talk about some of the issues. So a lot of people will say, okay, Sowore, yes, big ideas, but what are the granular details? There's a big matter on ground now.
Yeah.
A subsidy.
Subsidy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your take on subsidy? But I'll be taking calls. People do want to ask you questions, so we'll just take those questions. 0700 903 903 903. Put +234 in front of it from any part of the world you're reaching us from. I've been seeing some calls coming from +33 is where is it? Belgium or something? Okay. So I've got somebody you know. A surprise for you.
Okay.
You remember this man?
Okay.
He lost his sight in that struggle in '93.
Wow.
Ambassador Musbao.
Oh no, man! It's good to have him.
Ambassador Musbao. He just called now. He'll try to call again.
Amazing.
And we are also helping, to promote his book and what he stands for here. But before we get him, as he tries to call us back, let's talk subsidy. Yeah. What's your plan about subsidy?
Subsidy is one of Nigeria's biggest fraud. The fuel subsidy. It's the welfare for the guys in the oil industry and their friends of people in government. Reason is that there's a correlation between the whole, interest.
Okay.
Or
just a minute, please. Let's take this. Let's just so that we have. Hello, what's your name? Hello. Hello. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Headset is not coming through.
Yeah. Good morning, Mr. Rufai.
Good morning.
My name is Mr. Nosa. I'm calling from Italy.
Okay, Mr. Nosa from Italy. Okay. Where in Italy are you calling us from?
Is that what?
Where in Italy are you calling us from?
I'm calling from Parma, Italy.
Okay.
I've been an ardent listener to your program.
Thank you so much, from Parma in Italy. Talk to me.
In fact, I'm very, very happy. Yeah. I'm very, very happy seeing Mr. Sowore on the screen right now.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Talk to Mr. Sowore. He's listening to you.
Mr. Sowore, my man, are you there?
I am here. Thank you very much. Happy Sunday to you, my brother.
Happy Sunday, my man. In fact, Mr. Sowore, I'm very happy seeing you and talking to you live.
Thank you.
In fact, I've been wishing for this opportunity. First and foremost, let me commend you for all you have been doing. In fact, about 4 years ago, we were in the same revolution with you, trying, our best to see how things work out for our country. I'm speaking not just for myself, but I'm speaking for the diasporans, people, Nigerians who are abroad. We are more concerned about our country, Nigeria, than the people who are living in Nigeria. I must tell you that.
Absolutely.
Because every day we see a lot of things going wrong in our country, and despite most of us in the, where we are living, we are comfortable, let me say that, but we are not comfortable seeing what is happening in Nigeria. Because our minds and our soul is always there. Okay. That is the fact.
Okay, your questions quickly, because so we have a lot of other people.
Yes, please, just grab me just 1 minute to round up, please.
Okay.
One thing that is clear is this. Election is around the corner in Nigeria, and a lot of things are going wrong right now. Or let me say, a lot of things are going on right now. Mr. Sowore, I'm pleading, because Nigerians are pleading with you, because a lot of things we see now, it's like we are deviating. The only way we can fight this mustard, there are two, The only way we can fight this mustard is by forming an alliance. There is no other way. You understand? Everything that is happening to Peter Obi right now.
It's already a minute. It's already a minute.
Yeah, please, just 20 seconds.
Okay.
Everything that is happening to Mr. Obi right now, you started it. The credit must always come to you. I want you to accept that credit. Please, can you form an alliance with Peter Obi to fight this mustard? If not, we are going nowhere. We are going nowhere.
Okay.
The structure, they say we don't have the structure. We don't have the structure. You form the structure. We do form the structure about 4 years ago. Now, this same structure, the people are in support of Mr. Obi. Please, can you form an alliance with Mr. Obi and the other parties so that we can fight this mustard?
Okay, I got to let you go.
This is what
I got to let you go. Time up. A lot of calls are coming in. Are you going to form an alliance with Peter Obi? That's what he's asking before you talk about subsidy, because those are the issues here.
I already have an alliance with the oppressed.
So you're not going to form an alliance with Peter Obi?
An alliance with an oppressor.
Oh, Peter Obi is an oppressor?
Yes, he's part of the oppressive system.
Peter Obi is part of the oppressive system?
Yes, he's been part of PDP, a party that ruined this country for 16 years. Left to go to APGA and came back to PDP. Peter Obi has never fought for or stood up for anybody before that I know. He's part of them. The people who are supporting him, Obasanjo, Babangida, his godfathers, they are the ones who put us in this condition. I cannot, in good conscience, wake up one day and go and form an alliance with Obasanjo or Babangida after 32 years of going to jail, getting shot, getting family members killed, and living in this economic bondongo and misery, and say one day I'll just go and form an alliance with a lesser evil.
So you're calling Peter Obi a lesser evil?
That's what they call him. People support him.
Okay. Subsidy.
Subsidy is a scam.
So what are you going to do about it? What's your solution?
The first solution is to revive the refineries, 4 of them that we have, and make sure they are producing at least decent capacity.
Where are you going to get the money from?
Where are we getting money to pay for subsidy? The money that we're using to pay for subsidy in 6 months can fix all the refineries. But you got to give the refineries to people who know how to fix refineries and not mechanics who don't know how to fix refineries. You knew what they did under Obasanjo. 500 million was given to someone who had no idea how to fix bicycles, to fix the refinery and make up for. That's how we started.
In how many years are you going to fix these refineries?
It doesn't take a long time. If you are in the right, if you have the right people in the country, it won't take so long to. I mean, imagine Niger Delta militants are refining diesel and selling, and the Nigerian state cannot refine kerosene. Niger Delta militants, they have become refiners all around the country and doing very well at it. Why can't the Nigerian state refine its own crude? And we take the crude out This is a scam. We don't need to even debate it because this is like very transparent scam, by the way.
What are you going to do concerning our national debts? 119% debt to service ratio. We're borrowing to service debt.
The problem with the national debt is that we're borrowing for consumption. Otherwise, even the national debt as it stands today, the debt to GDP ratio is not bad yet. Our problem is debt to revenue. We're not making enough. And the reason is, of course, we're losing 700,000 barrels of crude oil to thieves. And they're not Niger Delta thieves. I will never call anybody Niger Delta a thief. It's the national thieves. The NNPC MD said it, that people who are stealing those 700,000 per day are in Abuja. That's the truth. And then also mentioning subsidy. The customs man said that it is a lie that we are consuming 60 million liters of fuel on a daily basis. So if they are telling you all this, why do you keep bothering those of us who are not part of the scam that we should not call it a scam or fraud? It is. And until you put these fraudsters in their place, you are not going to have your country back. You can't have a decent country. I said it yesterday. I'll repeat it here again for the first time. The NNPC, it was the first organization to secede from Nigeria. It's a country on its own. Until you bring the NNPC back into Nigeria, you cannot get their revenue to service things you need within Nigeria. It's a behemoth that is sucking life out of the people of Nigeria.
So how would you increase the revenue coming into federal purse?
Well, we have to plug immediately the losses. For instance, if we can catch those thieves who are stealing 700,000 barrels of...
How would you catch them?
Well, they use badges to come into this country. One of them was caught by Equatorial Guinea last week. Those can be stopped immediately because...
But they said there was no oil in that badge. That's what they said.
I can tell you a secret today. That it was when the badge got to Equatorial Guinea that they sucked the oil out.
What's your fact on that?
Nobody can dispute that. I'm saying it here, and I can wait till next week. You can call me back if anybody will dispute that. They can't. Because you can imagine that a badge of that size was in Nigeria waters, and they told you the fastest it can go is at 13 knots, right? They told you that the Navy couldn't catch it until they got to Equatorial Guinea. You should know Nigeria now. That is abracadabra. The more you look, the less you see. Because they wanted to take it out of the country, suck it out to another batch, and then say, well, there's nothing in it. If there's nothing in it, why was it running away?
Okay, so how would you stop this?
The commander-in-chief of the armed forces is the president of the country. The Navy claims, as at now, that they have sophisticated equipment in place to detect movement of all these big ships. And that's what we're going to do. But you have to, like I said, you have to replace those criminals in the NNPC who collude, or at the presidency who collude.
But NNPC has been commercialized. How do you do that when it's been commercialized?
They commercialize the criminality with it.
So how would you do that since it's been commercialized as a company on its own now?
It's Nigeria's property. It can be renationalized. This
is the same NNPC that's talking about probably sometime in the future they'll go to the market, they'll raise more capital.
Which capital are they raising? Their liability to the Nigerian people right now. It doesn't matter what you call them, the format you put them in. The most important thing is that it's a Nigerian oil company and it ought to be serving Nigerian people. It's not. Whatever we can do to make it work for Nigerian people is what we would do. All the companies we commercialize, or whatever they did, we are buying them back. The discos that we're giving out with loans and incentives to all these guys now, Nigeria is taking all those toxic loans back. We are absorbing all the time. All the time we commercialize, we end up paying for the commercialization. Keep up giving loans to the people we commercialize to, and then we take them back again.
Let me take Ambassador Musba. Ambassador Musba, how are you? You want to say something? Yeah, quickly, Ambassador Musba. Quickly.
Sure. If I say, Sowore abandoned me for a long time.
Nigeria happened to me now.
Sowore mentioned something. The street fighter are different from the administrative fighter. Sowore is on the street.
Very true.
You believe a vice president of Babangida elbowed by the guy sit down with you there. He struggled. He will remember what I'm saying right now. He's one of the awardees when I'm launching my book. His story is in my book. Even though Shore abandoned me, I don't care. Because he struggled, the spirit, the blood that flowed in my vein. But one thing about Shore is that I believe Shore is there at the Senate to give them real struggle there. Because
they say you should be in the Senate.
Yeah.
Not
Why
the
do you
president.
guys keep asking?
A lot of people keep saying. They say
Why
you
do you
should be in
guys
the
keep
Senate.
asking your decent people to go to the Senate while you have like
They
people
say you
who
don't
have
have
no
political
brain as
experience.
president of Nigeria?
They say you don't have political experience. That's what they keep saying.
I'm shocked when you say that I should go to the Senate. Why will I be senator in a country that has Buhari as president when Buhari doesn't even know his left from his right?
No, you can't be insulting the president.
No, I'm a citizen of Nigeria now.
No, you shouldn't be doing that.
You can sue me for cyber stalking. Like
Sure, you shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't be doing that. Those are the kind of things people say about that. That's unpresidential.
No,
You don't need to make your point with insulting people.
No, it's not an
That's what
insult.
a lot of people
It's
say.
the truth. It's the truth. The country bears testimony to the fact that our leaders don't know what they're doing.
But people will argue with you in the long run that, hey, they want that presidential person out of you. You can make your points, articulate your points. People will not argue with you, not
the president
just shutting down their mental capacity, not saying they are not good enough.
The president of a country is the chief truth seeker and speaker of the country. He's not the person who sugarcoats. You go to Israel, right?
Yeah.
Their president talk about the dignity of their own people, even if they are doing it the wrong way. You go to America, their president speaks truth to their own power there. The president of the U.S. last week had to call out a former president, Donald Trump.
Yes.
They called out citizens who were trying to torpedo their democracy.
Yes.
You understand? In a national address. So what is unpresidential about saying that some people have ruined us, even their some of you are afraid of them. I'm not afraid of Buhari.
You forget, Troy, that these are your electorate. These are people that elect you. They keep saying things like you're arrogant. These are the words that come out of them, and this is a fair assessment.
No. People who are working with Buhari cannot like me.
I can show you the trail here. You can come and see. Yemi, please just come and turn this trail and let him see it. That's what people are saying. It's not me.
No. You have people in your own audience.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? I have people in my own audience. That is why I told you in a private conversation that you people should stop saying that some Nigerian youth have supported a particular candidate because you don't have any scientific basis to prove it.
I mean, I'll agree with you.
Yes,
it's not empirical.
So, exactly.
No data.
But people just wake up and say,
data
all the young people are supporting this. How many where did you do the poll? Where did we sit down? Which conference did we sit down that all the youths have supported the candidate? It's a fallacy. But you are good at promoting all these fallacies, and I am saying we should stop it. If the president is not doing well, say it.
Call him out on the issues.
Yeah, no. Let me tell you.
I will not stop you from call him out. Call the president out on the issues. But when you start saying mental capacity,
there was a reporter, right? Not a reporter, but an analyst in the U.S. who looked at George Bush during the election and said, "You are a functional moron." You understand?
It doesn't make it right.
You make it right.
It doesn't make it
and
right
because it was the right thing at that time to say. Because it was George Bush that pushed America into the Iraqi war. See how many lives it cost.
Sure.
Push them into Afghanistan. But at that time, it didn't sound like it was the right thing to say. But
sure.
Families of people who died in Iraq and Afghanistan and the monies they lost, everybody now adopted it. It became his alias name for a long time.
He had to fight back. He had to get direction from Congress.
What I'm saying is that I'm not going to sit down here
make your point.
trying to sugarcoat Nigeria's problem. Problems are too enormous for us to sit down here.
And that's why let's talk about the ASU strike. Let's talk about the ASU strike.
Yeah, exactly.
And let's also talk about the leadership of NANS. What has happened? Leadership of NANS and ASU strike. A lot of people look and say NANS used to be a very active group, but people that are there today, what is happening? And the ASU strike that is at, what will be your solution? Let's talk about those things.
ASU strike is as a result of lack of interest in education by our current leaders or rulers, as I like to call them. They decided that they will not fund education and they will do everything to frustrate the development of the education sector.
But the argument is that they don't have money. That's what the argument.
They don't have money for ASU but you have money for the Republic of Niger to buy SUVs. You don't have money for ASU, but the accountant general can steal 150 billion and he spends just 1 week in detention and is back out and having fun. You don't have money for ASU, but a governor can get a grant of 6.2 billion naira to create a ranch that doesn't exist. You don't have money for ASU, but you have money for politicians to steal and build mansions, buy, rent private jets and travel all over the country. It's a fallacy. It's a lie that they don't have money for ASU. They have money for ASU, but they are not interested in education. They don't have money for ASU, but you can take money and sponsor one of your child to a UK university.
But what would be your solution? Your solution?
I said funding.
How would you get the funding?
The funding is available. We always have a budget in place.
How?
But in my own case, I will increase the budget for us because education will be priority.
So how would you increase the budget where, do you know that the projection for how much we're going to make this year is about 5 trillion? We're not making money. There's no revenue anywhere. How would you increase the budget for ASU?
I keep saying this. People kept saying we're not making money. But it is the Nigerian people that are not giving money. The people in power are making money. They are doing better and better on a daily basis. And that's where transparent leadership should come in. Because in the midst of we are not making money, a barrel of oil is selling at $100 plus per barrel. The budgeted amount for sale is around 50. They have not adjusted it. So what is happening to the excess? So we're making money, but people who are running our affairs have bankrupted the country. They are doing, as we speak, they are doing very well. It is the same country in which a few months ago, I know we forget these things very quickly, the central bank governor was running for president, a central bank governor, buying vehicles, bribing everybody that could be bribed. Everywhere was buzzing. The election alone, the primary elections of the major political parties shows that there's too much money in circulation. But it's just not with the right people. The people don't have access to this money. And that's where we are different, that the people who should have the money should have the government. But the people who are in government are not the people. That's why they rig elections. So, and they throw this out and say, we don't have money. But nobody asks, how much are you making? Why is it that we don't have money? Where is the money you are getting to take care of your own excesses? And the people can't get money to take care of their own little needs.
Okay, so your idea is you believe that education should be solely funded by the government. So can I say you're sort of like socialist in your thinking? You feel government
education is so important.
So can I say AAC is a socialist party? Because I want to get your idea.
Yes, we don't hide it. That we believe in the people and we invest in the people. And
I also want to ask now about power supply
as an energy. Yes.
What's your energy idea? What's your energy plan?
My energy idea is to.
And please tell them where they can read your manifesto.
Yes. Our manifesto is on Sowore2023.org.
Okay.
And it breaks down all of this. But our energy idea is to rapidly increase generation through energy mixes. And in this case, gas, where necessary, clean coal, very complex, hydro, all right? And most importantly at this time, we also need to make the energy transition. Solar is a big deal also. I want to see Nigeria in 4 years that has solar farms all over the place. And also want a situation where we break down our energy grid system such that it is no longer a national grid. Yes. We have like regional grids where people can create their own energy generation and transmission systems in regions and sell. We can even retail, where people can sell energy.
But we're selling already.
Well, right now, the laws don't allow you to sell.
It's you personally.
It's only MBEDs, that can sell.
Yeah.
We should completely get rid of that bureaucracy so that people can sell at regional and local levels. If I can generate enough power on my roof through solar, I should be able to sell into a small.
So that means you're quashing the national grid?
I will.
You remove it?
It's no longer necessary.
So would you have like regional grid systems?
Absolutely. Regional grid system is the solution. and even local government grid systems.
Okay.
So that the most important thing for me is for you to get power. I'm not interested in the bureaucracy. This national grid system is part of the restructuring that should have happened a long time ago. But when people are very hung up on this idea of controlling Nigeria to the point that they just believe that if it's not controlled a certain way, it will not benefit them. That's why you have a lot of these very antiquated old systems.
How would you get money to do all of this?
Look.
And how much is it going to cost?
I think we broke it down. But
how much is it going to cost?
We're looking at over $16 to $20 billion in 4 years.
$20 billion for power in 4 years.
To revamp the entire electrical energy system in Nigeria, such that we'll have over 20 million homes hooked up to any form of grid. Maybe whether it's national, regional, my interest is you get electricity.
So how are you going to raise the $20 billion?
There's a lot of interest out there, with credible government that can bring in money to invest. What you need to keep your eye on is to make sure that you don't fall into the hands of loan sharks and smart Alex who will say they want to come and invest in your country and take over your country. But there's a lot of money because these are investments that have a short turnaround system. Let me tell you, the mobile telephony industry, South Africa takes out over $13 billion to $20 billion from Nigeria every year just from your cell phone calls. They're happy to do it because it's a money spinner. You can imagine what will happen to Nigeria if there's electricity everywhere in 4 years.
So will you tax telecom companies if you become president?
No, I won't tax them because then they will transfer the taxes to users. But I will ensure that I keep an eye on what they take out of the country. I'll make sure they invest.
You're not going to have like a surplus tax?
Not really.
Because they made a surplus during COVID.
I'll be more interested in ensuring that there's no capital flight, that they invest more in Nigeria.
So how would you ensure that?
Well, we control what goes in and out of our country financially. If the leadership of the banking sector, especially CBN, is not corrupt.
No, but they have institutions in terms of that, but nothing.
I'm just saying. There was a case that you probably knew about where the MTN took over 13 billion naira out of Nigeria illegally, and even the Attorney General sued them, but they went and settled behind our back and didn't bring back the money. They settled everybody. I would get that money back into the country because it was illegally taken out of the country. It was money that should have stayed in the system. It's the reason we keep having all these dollar scarcities, because money that ought to stay in circulation in Nigeria are taken out.
Let's take more calls.
With compromises.
Hello, how are you? How are you?
Systems.
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, quickly, you've got Shaw right here. You can ask him questions.
Oh, hi. This is Ambassador Ade calling from London.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sure, it's nice to see you on the system.
Thank you.
And also, Rufai, my condolence to you for the loss of your dad. I have not been able to speak to you since the last time.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Please, will it be possible, because we are looking at the time, it's just about 11 now. Can you extend the time, because this guy is just fantastic.
No, I need to be professional. I need to be professional.
I know.
Yeah, please.
I know. If you can just add some little time, because this is an opportunity for him to reach out to Lord for people.
This is more than enough time. Even ask your himself. He'll tell you I'm the only person that gives him an hour.
I know.
On national radio. On worldwide radio, international radio.
Yeah, you've gone international.
I love you today. Please just continue the job.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah, bye.
Thank you so much. Let's talk about terrorist financing.
Yes.
There's been a lot of financing of terrorism. Money goes out everywhere. We've not been able to track it. You all saw the arrest recently by DSS. What are you going to do as regards stopping terrorist financing?
I want to disagree with you that we can't track it.
Why?
We're tracking. We're just not doing something about it
so
because of people who are involved. Powerful people are involved. Terrorism is powerful. It's a powerful international conspiracy against nation states, individuals. And, terrorist financing is just like drug trade too. There are powerful people involved. But to say that we have not been able to track is not true. We know the people who are financing terrorists. The Attorney General announced that they have 400 people in detention 2 years ago. None of them were prosecuted today because they were connected, highly connected. Dubai, on the other hand, the UAE, on the other hand, captured some of them and they're in jail. How is it that those who were caught in the UAE prosecuted and jailed, and the ones.
So what would you do about that?
No, I mean, I will make sure that they are prosecuted, and we also.
Do you have the political will?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I do. That's part
How strong is your will?
Oh, go ask Buhari, go ask Babangida, ask Abacha. I fought.
No, I'm asking you. I'm talking to you face to face. I'm not talking to others.
Because
how strong is your will?
Because human wills are not something you can calculate in kilojoules, So I would just say, I don't need to brag about it, but I haven't been around.
Let me take another call from Germany. I think this is Germany. Hello, how are you?
Hello, good morning.
Morning. Where are you calling from? Is this Germany?
Yeah, I'm calling from Germany. My name is Adikunda Adeboyega.
Okay, great. Where are you calling from in Germany?
I'm in Munich.
Munich, okay, good. Sowore is here. Talk to you.
Hello, Mr. Sowore.
How are you? Happy Sunday to you, brother.
Happy Sunday. My quick question is all about that. We all know we live in a fake dream in Nigeria, if we want to be honest to ourselves. I'm just trying to look into your presidential ambition. How do you think is it possible for you to become the president of Nigeria with the cabal of the people that are living in Nigeria? Do you think it's going to be easy for you to be the president of the Nigeria? That is the question I need to ask you, sir.
Okay. Thank you so much. It says, do you think it's going to be easy for you to be president?
It's up to the Nigerian people. That's why, as candidates, we sell our ideas to them. We present ourselves. We present our values, our integrity. We present our records. And if it's up to the people to determine, there's no candidate today who can say that he will win the election, who can be sure. Because situations get fluid all the time. And I like the fact that people are saying that the cabals will not let you be. But if you find me a good candidate, let's all confront the cabals at once and disgrace them.
Let's get another call. Where are you calling from? Hello? 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 Okay. We're still trying to get calls in. So 0700 903 903 903. What would you do about the ports?
Our ports?
Yes. Apapa ports, the gridlock and all of that wahala and everything going on there. But let's take this call. Hello, how are you?
I'm good.
Great to have you, yeah.
Yes, thanks.
Yeah. Talk to me. Go ahead, I can hear you. Oh. Hello?
Hello.
Great to have you. Morning. Talk to me. What's your name?
This is Moses Agbonara calling from Port Harcourt.
Okay, from Port Harcourt. Great to have you. Talk to me.
Good morning, Mr. Sowore.
Good morning. Happy Sunday, brother.
It's very nice to have you in the studio today. And the point I would like to make is just a short one.
Yes.
When you made a statement of Peter Obi being an oppressor,
yes,
it didn't go down well with me because this is a particular man who has said that go and verify. He, as at the first, they even made a statement that he's richer than the president, the current president of the USA. Go and verify my source of income without any form of fear or considering the Nigeria we live in where we have corrupt cabals. If somebody is coming out to tell you whatever he says, go and verify. So I don't think it's part of the old order.
That's not true. That's not true. When you talk about the old order, you look at people's records. I know some of you don't accept these things because you are just interested in the moment. Where was he, in the last 8 years that he was governor? Who was he with? Who are his supporters? Who are the people that he worked with? What about his records? Human rights. You have heard about Ezu River, where members of Masob were killed and dumped in a river. He was governor at that time. Even during NSAS, he was invited to an NSAS panel to come and explain what he knew about NSAS. So go and verify. We have verified. We are giving you feedback that he's not what you should be deceived about. And
so a lot of people are saying, why are you only saying this about him? Why are you not saying this about the other candidate? What's your take on the other candidates?
You didn't ask me about the other candidates.
No, but that's what people are saying. That
No,
generally, you've had a
I'm your guest. And I'm responding to questions you asked me.
Okay, let's take this call. Hello, how are you?
Hello, good morning.
Great to have you.
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm really amazed with this interview. Is really giving Omoyele, as in you really giving him a good time to talk to us, and it's really, and what he's saying is I want to just say something to him. Is it? Am I clear?
Yes, go ahead. Yeah.
I still doubt if people still find a person like Omoyele Sowore and they're not voting for him, because he's the only transparent candidate I've found, and I've been following it since 2015. So I'm just very, very finding it strange to find people asking Sowore, do you think he can win the election? I guess this is the media days now. I guess it's so obvious that Sowore is the best candidate for Nigeria.
That's your own opinion. Your own opinion.
It's a fact. I don't know.
No, that's your own opinion. You're entitled to your opinions, not your facts. That's your own opinion. Because if you say something else, if another person comes there, they will tell you otherwise. So it's your own opinion. And listen, this is fair media. You don't force your opinion down people's throats. If you do, you know who you're talking to. Yeah.
From the express of Buhari, I don't think anybody should vote wrong again in Nigeria. So voting right is voting Sowore.
That's your opinion. And thank you for your opinion.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for your opinion. Yeah. Hello, how are you?
Hello, good morning.
Great to have you.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Good morning, Rufai. Good morning, Sowore.
Morning, yeah.
Good morning.
What's your name, please?
Happy Sunday to you.
My name is Prince. I'm calling from Lagos. I want to ask, I have two quick questions for Sowore. One, your comrade, Agba Jalingo, that has been tossed about by the Cross River State government. I've not heard about you speaking on that issue, and
that's not true. I was the one who bailed him out of the police station.
Agba Jalingo has been released. Agba Jalingo has been released. I remember we even talked about him here 2 weeks ago, and Inibehe.
Yes.
Before Inibehe was
I was
released.
actually the one who went to the police station to get him out in Abuja.
I heard about it. I heard about Inibehe. Okay, if that's good then. Then secondly, how, if you are president, how would you stop this medical tourism that is going on in this country?
Okay.
And how would you also make sure your government, if God says you are going to be president, how would you stop this children of the rich going abroad, especially politicians going abroad for education?
Okay. Children of the rich going abroad, politicians going abroad. So also tie that with the question on the Papa quickly.
So for Papa, I mean, it's a shame that we only have one port, like big port, functional at this time. I'll be targeting about 4 ports immediately. Out of Warri, Port Harcourt, Cross River. In fact, it is time that we start shutting down the Apapa port because it's in the middle of a huge population. There's no reason to be putting pressure on. And this port should be moved into an industrial area, created in a separate area so that it can stand on its own. We build infrastructure like road, rail to the place, shut this one down, and start rehabilitating Lagos to become a cosmopolitan population and not a population that is dealing with port, distractions. So we need 4 different ports, including inland dry ports, so
you're going to resuscitate Honor, you're going to resuscitate Warri.
Yeah, the cargo planes do a lot of work bringing in the same products these days. So
no, not at the size of ships. Yeah.
Well, not as size of ships, but the frequency makes it easier. What I'm saying is that it has to be a combination to have dry inland ports, cargo airports. That shipping has become so simplified these days. But like I keep saying, there's nothing that is handled by our current leaders that is not complex because they don't know what they are doing. I know you disagree with it.
Okay. Secondly, let's talk about, cost of living.
He asked a question.
Also medical tourism.
Medical tourism. You say you cannot legislate medical tourism as long as you don't have hospitals. Focus on building hospitals, primary healthcare systems at work, secondary healthcare systems at work, and even at the tertiary level. The moment you build good hospitals in Nigeria, people will not go out. Most people will not go out to good hospitals because they are not cheap. But the reason why they go out is they don't have good ones here, and they have access to free money to waste on their health. So we'll make sure that
Where did you do your last medical?
My last medical in Nigeria. I haven't left Nigeria in 3 years. Yeah. I've not been allowed to leave Nigeria.
When are you going to go see your family?
When Buhari releases my passport.
Your passport is still taken?
Yes, the federal government is in possession of my passport.
How is that? I'm talking to you as a friend and as a family man now.
Yeah.
How's that been impacting you? You've not seen your family for 3 years.
It's a price you pay for being a Nigerian and being committed to a just cause.
I hurt you every day?
We talk. We're a digital family now, so we just talk over the phone. I'm able to see them, but it's very hard, to have kids who are growing up without you. The last time I saw
your girls are growing up.
My
so
son,
fast.
by the way, if he's hearing today, my son turned 14 years old today.
You want to say happy birthday to him?
Happy birthday, Komi. He'll be happy to hear that. And I've not seen him since 2019. So he was a teenager when I saw him, and now he's like, what is it? Preteen. It's no longer a preteen now. So it's crazy. But this is what the price we have to pay for being citizens of this country. I mean, citizen of Nigeria, and deciding that we want to change it in our lifetime. It will take a toll. Most people, and I use the opportunity to say it all the time, I refuse to change my Nigerian citizenship, even though I spent 20 years in America.
So you only have a Nigerian passport?
Yes, that's the one they are holding. If I had an American passport, I would have left.
But you have an American residency, but you don't.
Yes, I have an American residency, but no, I don't have American citizenship because I refuse to apply.
Your children have got. Your wife has got.
They were born there. They were born there.
Let's talk about Forex, the state of our Naira. The Naira has been falling like a yo-yo.
Yeah.
What are you going to say about that? Well, how are you going to fix that?
It's a macroeconomic policy that crazy. In our own case, there are two ways that your currency can be strong or even relevant. One of it is for you to be producing. We are not producing. That's the truth. We don't have anything in international markets. Seriously, apart from oil, crude oil, and crude oil is also going out of business. But the most dire situation with our currency is the fact that we are messing with our currency at the macroeconomic policy level. The Central Bank of Nigeria had no business maintaining several currency, Naira exchange rates.
So would you float the Naira?
I'll put an end to all those exchange rates because
you float the Naira.
It's a source of fraud.
You'll float the Naira.
I'm not going to float.
And it's going to go to like 1,000?
No, I'm not going to float. I'm not going to float.
What are you going to do?
I will not have 4 or 5 exchange rates controlled by some guys who are.
No, it's just to INE window and parallel.
It's a lie.
Yeah,
it's all fraud.
Yeah.
These
so
guys
you're going to unify exchange rates.
Yes, it's going to be unified, and I'll put the will of the country behind it. The other policies will go with it. It's one of the reasons why we are going in the direction that.
So are you going to float the Naira?
I'm not going to float the Naira. I'm saying it. I am going to strengthen the
But
Naira.
if you unify it, that means you're giving
it's not true. It's not true.
So what are you going to do
Unifying
about
it ensures that you don't give any window for fraudsters to be manipulating your
arbitrage,
currency.
right?
And that's what they are doing. These guys in the CBN and the banking sector are just flipping the Naira. It's round tripping. Round tripping is what.
So are you going to float the Naira?
I'm not. I've said it to you several
No,
times.
I'm not
floating the Naira. I'm not floating the Naira. But I'm also not maintaining, multiple exchange rates of the Naira. If you get rid of the multiple exchange rates.
What do you think is the real value of the Naira as we speak?
I cannot say. But I think the Naira should not be 700 Naira to $1.
Or should it be less than 700?
Like I said, I won't make an announcement here that will make.
But do you think it should be more than the 430 something that it is now? The INE window?
I can't say. I'm just going to be very clear that I'm not going to tell you exactly as I'm sitting in front of you what I think Naira should be, but it should not be 700 Naira to $1. It's this one has become a toilet paper.
Okay, somebody says, good morning, blah, 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 blah. Somebody's pissed off at your ambition. Emmanuel Omo from Edo State says the interview is really annoying him. But Sowore is making his point. He's selling his case. I mean, why should you be annoyed when somebody's selling their case? I mean, everybody has a right to come sell their case. Yeah. And somebody said, open Skype for diaspora. But you can call the phone lines. It's on WhatsApp, all right? I'm trying to get calls in. I'm even calling people back. Okay. Oh, okay. Hello, how are you? I'm calling you back. Can't you see that? Which radio station calls you back? Hello.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Can you hear me?
Yeah, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Sheo. I'm calling from Malaysia.
From Malaysia, okay. Sheo from Malaysia.
Yes, please.
Go ahead. Talk to Sowore. 30 seconds.
Let me just say thank you first and foremost that you're doing a wonderful job trying to conscientize Nigerians and raising our value systems again. And
quickly. Time is not our friend.
I say thank you to Sowore for what he's doing, and I believe he's going to win the presidential race if we all support him. I mean,
it's obvious that Rufai is opposed to my candidacy.
Go away, Sowore. You know I have to balance as a journalist.
Anytime you hear that I'm going to win, you're like, oh, that's your opinion. It's the opinion of the people that matters.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Question for Sowore, please. What's your international policy outlook like? Thank you.
Okay, international policy outlook. Let me see. Let me take this. Let me take a call. Okay. Another international policy outlook. Hello, yes. How are you? Hello from South Africa. How are you? Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Sowore. How are you?
Great to have you. What's your name?
Good morning. Happy Sunday, my brother.
You're speaking to Benjamin. I'm calling from South Africa, Cape Town.
Okay.
Hey, Benjamin. How are you? Good morning.
I'm perfect, brother. So you spoke right now about P2B, saying it's part of the old oppressors, right?
Yes.
And then you said you have gone to verify, and I want to ask you what exactly have you verified about his income, about how he makes his money, because what all you are saying here is not fact. I am born an Mberian. I'm from Anambra, and when P2B was a governor of Anambra State, I was part of the people living in Anambra State. So I want you to please clarify to the people that are listening to you what you have verified, what you claim now that you have verified that he was part of the people that killed people in the Oji River.
Yes.
So I want you to clarify that and give evidence of the order that he gave.
Yes, he gave order to John Nwanfo, who was a police officer. He has come out and confessed that he was one who directed him. And to verify his income, he invested the money from the state in his private personal business. That's verified. And the investment he said he made, which was for...
He bought a multi-million company.
No, he didn't bring it. He invested money.
And he invested Anambra State
you
money
asked me question. You asked me question you don't want me to answer. You asked me question.
Okay, one else, please.
You asked me question you don't want me to answer.
Let him answer and we'll wrap this up. Yeah. Sure, go ahead.
He invested money from the state, $12 million, in a company in which he had private family interest. The value of that money is now $3 million. If that money had been invested in education, it would have produced some 300 solid graduates right now. You don't take money belonging to the state into a private company and start saying that, oh, you are making an investment in it. You don't take money. You don't have a right to take public money and invest in your private business. That is fraud. That's corruption. I've verified that.
That is a lie.
It's not a lie.
He invested in an international company.
Which international company?
The record is there.
But does his family not have
an international recognized railway? Hero, and he.
So what is the worth of the investment today, sir? What is the worth of the investment?
That I do not have that information.
So you asked me to verify now. I'm on ground. I'm verifying to you now. You have admitted you don't have information. So listen to superior information.
Regarding the worth of the investment.
You don't.
Now you saying that he invested in personal business. That is a lie.
Is a personal? Of course, he has interest in the brewery. He has interest in the brewery. He has interest in the. He confessed to the fact that his family has interest in the brewery. He's a stakeholder. He's a shareholder in the brewery. He is. You can go and verify.
I think you should first investigate. I'm telling you now. I was live in Anambra State.
But you don't know now. We just told you now. You're arguing. Okay. You don't know.
Okay, it's enough on. Okay, it's enough on this argument. Let me take a last call. I appreciate you. It's enough on this argument. We've got a call from United Arab Emirates. Hello, how are you?
Hello.
Great to have you. Quickly as we wrap up.
I want to ask how we Sowore unify Nigeria, because as we are speaking now, we all know that there are a lot of division among the people. how do you intend to unify Nigeria?
Okay, so how will you unify Nigeria, Sowore?
Nigeria needs to be unified with justice, social, political, and economic justice.
Let me take this final call. Hello, how are you? Final call.
Hello, good morning, Rufai.
What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Czech Republic. My name is Nelly S.A. Sorry for your loss.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay.
My question to Mr. Sowore, my president. What if you become a president of Nigeria? What will we do to the people that have struggled Nigeria to cripple? People that have loot Nigeria money?
Okay. Thank you so much.
That's the question for.
Okay. Thank you so
much.
We
are still collecting money from Abacha, who died a long time ago. So we should be able to collect back from those who are still alive. They will be made to return every dime they stole. That much I can promise you.
So somebody's saying you're jealous of Peter Obi, that you're not talking about Atiku and Tinubu this way. It's a message up here.
It's not true.
Okay.
Even on your program today, I talked about Atiku.
Yeah.
I talked about Tinubu.
Yeah.
We want to listen to what they want to hear.
Sure.
You should stop wasting time on saying.
Thank you so much. I promised.
It's fantastic. But please let me use this opportunity to send my profound condolences to your family over the loss of your dad.
Thank you.
I know he meant a lot to you.
It was my
and we'll be there with you. Thank you so much for bringing me in.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It means a lot.